grammar book, page number 20. We'll wait for another 2 minutes. We are going to start with the chapter verbs today. I'm just presenting my screen. What happened, you? Why can't you hear me? You, can you hear me? Log off and log in once, you.
And which page number?
20, page number 20 of your grammar book. 2020.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, let's begin. It's already 9:31. So today we are going to learn about verbs. Okay, what are verbs? We have done it in grade 3 and 4. What are verbs? They tell us what about the noun? Yes, Rithi. What do verbs tell us?
Verbs are action nouns that express action, being and possession.
Okay, so if I say Rithi is reading, what is the verb here?
Reading. I'm reading.
Read. Reading is the verb. Something that the subject is doing is called the verb. So verbs are also called action words. What are they called? Action words. So verbs express action, being and possession. Let's see the video.
A complete sentence is made up of a subject and a predicate. The main word in a predicate is a verb. Verbs perform different functions.
The
Some
boy is
verbs
echoing.
show the action of the subject. Some verbs link the subject to the noun or adjective in the predicate. Some verbs also work as helping verbs with main verbs. Action words or action verbs tell what the subject of a sentence does. The action can be physical or mental. That is, an action verb can tell us about an action that can be seen. For example, cry, slap, or cannot be seen. For example, forget, think. Linking verbs, also called being verbs, do not show action. Instead, they link or join the subject to a word or words in the predicate. Linking verbs tell us what the subject is or is like. For example, she is a girl. She seems happy. Common linking verbs are the forms of the infinite verb to be and to have. The forms of the infinite verb to be are is, am, are, was, were, shall be, will be, being, and being. The forms of the infinite verb to have are has, have, and had. Other linking verbs are as follows. They look like action verbs but are mostly used as linking verbs. To check the function of such a verb in a sentence, interchange it with any to-be verb. If the meaning stays the same, then it is a linking verb. For example, the perfume smelled divine. The perfume was divine. Linking verbs or being verbs function as helping verbs in some sentences. For example, Ram is writing a letter. Verbs that are called modal verbs also function as helping verbs. They are as follows. The following are known as common helping verbs. The forms of the to-do verbs do, does, doing, did, done function as main verbs or helping verbs mostly in questions and negative sentences.
Excuse me, ma'am.
A helping verb comes before the main verb. A verb phrase may consist of more than one helping verb. A verb phrase may have a pronoun or an adverb between the helping and main verbs. For example, does she want something?
Ayansh, do you have a question?
Excuse
Ayansh,
Ma'am, I can't see the full video. Yes, ma'am, I have a question. I can't see full video because my connection has been lost. So, what I do? I don't see the
so I'll
full
send it
video
in the
because-
class. I cannot play it again in the class, no? So I'll send it in the classroom for you. Okay?
Okay, ma'am, thank you.
Okay, children. So verbs are what? Verbs, some verbs express action. For example, if I say go, what do I want you to do? I want you to go from this place to the other place. So I tell you go. So you go away from that place. Sit, run, crawl, and scream. All these are action words in which we do something. Different forms of the verb be tells us what a person or thing is. For example, he is clapping. So who is clapping? He is clapping. So that person tells us what is the action that person is doing right now. Are is used for plural, is used for singular people. Am is used for one person, which is who? I. Am is always used with one person, which is I. I am teaching. You are learning. Was is past tense of singular verb. Were is past tense of plural. Been is past tense and being is also the form of be verb. Different forms of the verb have show possession or belonging. So what does the word have means? I have a pencil means that pencil belongs to me, right? I have a pencil means that pencil belongs to me. Has is used for one person. He has a pencil. It is used for one person. I is also one person, but there's an exception here that with I we don't use has, we use have. Okay, that is an exception in this. As I told you, for I or for one person we use what? Has. Okay, for one person we use has. He has gone to the school, she has gone to the playground, so it is one person. But I is also one person, that's me. But for I don't say I has gone to school, I say I have gone to school. So there is an exception here. With the pronoun I will always use have. And for plurals also, I will use have. They have gone for a movie. They have gone to a party. So I will use what? Have. The verbs be, have, and do can be used both as main verbs and as helping verbs. He is a handsome boy. So what is telling us here? The quality of the boy. What is he? He is a handsome boy. So is here is the main verb. Ria is going to school. Now going is a verb, right? Going means she's going to the school. She's doing an action. She is taking the bus and going to school. Now going is a verb and is becomes a helping verb in this sentence because there are two verbs now. So which is the main verb? Going is the main verb and is the helping verb. So Ria is going to school. Both will be verbs, but one will be main verb and the other will be helping verb. Sam has a pet dog. Now here there is no action that is being done. So has is only the main verb. In the next sentence, Sam has completed his work. So has and completed. Completed is a verb, right? I have finished my work. I have done my work. So has and completed both are verbs. Has is the helping verb and completed is the main verb. I do my work very fast. So do here is an action which is the main verb here. He does not go to bed before 9 p.m. Now does is a form of the verb be. He does not go to bed before 9 p.m. tells us that what does he do? He does not go. That is an action that he does. He does not go to bed before 9 p.m. Understood, children, what are main verbs and helping verbs? When there are two verbs, is and
Yes, ma'am.
are becomes the helping verbs. But then when there are no verbs, only is, are, am, and past tense of these words are there, then they only become the main verbs. What the difference between main verb and helping verb? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now we have to read the sentences carefully and then answer. You have to read the tense of the sentence to understand whether has will come, have will come, was will come, or were will come. Okay. And you also have to give me a reason why that word is coming in that blank. All right.
Ma'am, you can see the page number.
Page number 1 minute. Let me just stop presenting my screen. Page number 20. All of you, please. Page number
Thank you,
20. Are we ready? with our pencils and erasers. Okay. So there dash a bathtub in the hotel room. Now, look at the options above. Look at the options above. How many options are given to you? 7 options are there, right? 7 options are there for answers. Who is this? No, ma'am.
There are 9.
Yes, Riddhi. How many options are there?
And there are 7.
How many are there, Riddhi? 7 words are written there, no? How many words are written there?
There are in the heads there are 2 and words there are 2.
What is my question, Riddhi? Switch on your camera. Everyone switch on your camera, or otherwise I'll start removing you one by one. You'll not switch on, no? Great. Wait. Who will be the first one to remove? I'll present my screen and show you. Wait. How do I remove? I'll show you. This is the way I remove. It is just with a snip of a finger. It'll just take me 1 sec.
Then I have a doubt.
No, let me just show them. When I say something, what do I mean? Are you all able to see?
Yes.
So if I have to remove someone whose camera is not on, for example, I just click on that person, and here there is a button, remove from meeting, and he'll be removed forever. Then Jyoti ma'am and the principal has to add. So when I say something, please take it seriously. Bring your brains to the class. Don't leave it on the bed and come to my class. Jahan, Jariwala and Nayak, you need instructions in French? Yeah, Jahan, you need instructions in French? And Nayak?
Ma'am, I have pen.
What?
So I am.
मेरा क्लासरूम में बर्थ डे हुआ है.
I am sick from 2 days, so I am sleeping. That's why.
What is he saying? I can't hear him. His voice is echoing a lot. Naik, type in the... Ayansh, why is your camera off? What do people think? I have no work to do, no? Than to give you reminders, switch on your camera, switch on your camera. As if I'm dying to see you all. Children, when you come to study, no, please study according to the rules that have been set. It's been 1.5 years that you've been attending the online class. There dash a bathtub in the hotel room. Okay, I was asking how many option words are given on top. There are 7 words given on top, but in behind 2 words, 2 number also has been given. So that means the word have and was is to be used twice. The word have and was is to be used twice in these sentences. So the first one is there dash a bathtub in the hotel room? Vivan Patel, please answer.
There was a bathtub in the hotel room.
Why was?
Ma'am, because was is the correct word for there is a bathtub in the hotel room. If we use have,
Because
they have a
bathtub is singular. This we are
yes.
talking about just one bathtub.
One
We cannot use were, right? We cannot use were. Number 2, man. Man Rajodia.
Yes, ma'am.
Number 2. He'll ask me which book. Yeah? Which book?
No, ma'am.
What are you doing on the screen? Where is your book? Left the meeting. Great.
Ma'am, he left.
Devyosha, number 2.
Yes, ma'am. Had.
Why? Reason also. I want the reason also. Okay, another rule that you need to remember is you is how many people? When I say you, it's how many people, Divyosha? You means how many people?
One.
1. And I means how many people? I. How many people?
One.
1. So with I and you, we will use have. That's a rule of grammar. Okay. There's no logic. This is a rule that with I and you, in spite of being singular, we use have. I have a pencil. You have a pencil. We don't say you has a pencil. Do we say that ever? Do you have a pencil? Do we say do you has a pencil? No, we never say do you has a pencil. We always say do you have a pencil? So you and I both will have with it. So where have you kept my cap? Where dash the keys to the house? Rudra.
Where are the keys to the house?
Where are the keys to the house? Because it is in present tense. How dash magicians perform their tricks? Vidisha. How dash magicians perform their tricks? This is a question.
How does magician perform the tricks?
Prisha.
Yes, ma'am. Where does Shilpa lives? Where does Shilpa live?
Which sentence are we on, Prisha?
Sorry, ma'am, I read the fifth sentence.
4th one.
Yeah. How does magicians perform their tricks? How do?
How do magicians perform the tricks? Because magicians is plural, so the verb has to be singular. Okay. Where dash Shilpa live? Yugbaria. Where does dash Shilpa live?
Where does Shilpa live?
Where does Shilpa live? How many students dash paid the fees? Ayansh.
Have.
Huh? What?
How many students have paid the fees?
Have paid the fees. And why have? Why not has? Why not were? Why not was? Why have? Give me a reason also. What have you understood?
Because how many students pay the fees?
So why not has? How many students has paid the fees?
Ma'am, because it's past tense.
No, this is not the reason.
Ma'am, because it's plural.
Because it's plural. Students is what? Plural. There are more than one student, right? There is S behind student. So it's plural. So with plural, we use singular verb. How many students have paid the fee? Which student has paid the fee? Okay. So when it is singular, we use has. Which student has
Ma'am,
paid?
what is the answer of fifth one?
Does. DOES does. Okay. Number 7. Jishna. Last is Kahan. Number 8.
Dash Rohi eaten all the biscuits. Has Rohi eaten all the biscuits?
Why has?
Because she's just one person.
She's one and eaten is past tense. So that's why we are using past participle. So that's why we are using has. Okay, number 8, Kahan was supposed to answer.
Ma'am, Tara said I was going to the market. There were too many buses on the road causing a traffic jam. I had to come back home.
Okay, why was with why was have you used was?
Ma'am, because there is Tara said.
So Tara is the Prime Minister. Why are you using was with I?
Ma'am, can I say?
Yes,
Ma'am,
one.
Ma'am, Tara said I was going to the market. There were too many buses on the road causing a traffic jam. I had to come back home. Tara said I was because she was only one person and there were too many buses because there were so many buses, not only one. That's why were.
Plural. Yeah. Buses is the plural form, so we use were. And with I, we always use the singular verb, which is was or am. Okay. Okay. So the answer for this one is was and were. Everybody, did you complete this exercise? I'm repeating the answers. Yes, Rudra.
Oh, ma'am, I want to ask the what is the answer of 7?
I'm repeating. First is was, second is have, third is are, 4 is do, 5 is does, 6 is have, 7 is has, 8 is was and were. There are 2 blanks. So was and were. Everybody checked the answers? Yes? Okay. So the next one is subject verb agreement. For this also you have to keep one rule in mind. The subject and the verb in a sentence must agree in number. Number means the total number, whether it's singular or plural. Look at the following graphical illustration. A verb, a worm wriggles in water. Now, what is a worm? Noun, right? That is what we are talking about, right? So that is the subject. Singular, it is one. It's talking about one worm. It doesn't say worms. It says worm. A worm wriggles in water. Wriggles means, what is wriggling? What is wriggling? What do you mean by wriggling? Vivan, what is wriggling? Vivan is wriggling himself to show what is wriggling. Vivan, wriggle fast. Wriggling is the movement of the worm, right? Wriggling is the movement of the worm. So what is it? It is an action done by the verb, right? It is something that the verb does. So if you notice, what does it say? A worm wriggles. It does not say a worm wriggle. Worm is one, but the movement is plural. Did you notice? Worm is singular, but the movement of the worm, which is a verb, wriggles, is plural. So a worm wriggles. What if we do the opposite? We make worm plural and the movement singular. What will it become?
Ma'am, should I say?
Yes, Prisha.
Worms wriggle in water.
Worms wriggle in water. So what happened? Worm became plural and the verb became singular. This is called subject-verb agreement. What is it called? Subject-verb agreement. You have to remember two things. What? Two things you have to remember. What are the two things that you need to remember with subject-verb agreement? If, who's going to tell me? Yug, tell me. Yug. What are the two things that you need to remember with subject-verb agreement? I just told you. Stop staring. I switched off his camera. Vivan, tell me.
Ma'am, that if a worm wriggles, so it is a singular verb. And if worms wiggle, so it's a plural verb.
So what is the rule? If the subject in the sentence is singular, the verb should also be singular. The hen lays an egg. Rafiq is playing football. Okay. If the subject in a sentence is plural, the verb should also be plural. Hens lay eggs. Rafiq and Joseph. Now there are two. In the first sentence was just Rafiq. Now there are two people, Rafiq and Joseph. So is becomes are playing football. With you and I, we always use a plural verb. You are happy today. We don't say you is happy today. You type with your eyes closed. Amazing. I swim very well. So with I also we are using singular. Any questions till here? We are going to do this exercise tomorrow and the next page also tomorrow. Tomorrow you all also have dictation week 7. And I have already posted the list in the class. Please check. I hope you all have received this time and there is no confusion this time. Yes? Vivan, have you received the
Yes, ma'am.
dictation? Prisha, Riddhi, where is Farzan?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you check the dictation list week 7?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
It's there, right?
Yes.
In the dictation list folder, it is
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
So
ma'am.
tomorrow we'll have dictation and we'll complete this chapter also.
Okay, ma'am. Bye.
Okay, ma'am.
15
Bye.
minutes to do this and the last 15 minutes we will do the dictation.
Okay, ma'am.
Any questions, children?
No, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
Bye, ma'am. Lunch.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye, bye.